Andrew and I are clearly brothers. And like I was saying earlier, I believe we're like, a perfect age apart. We're a little bit under 5 years. So it's this perfect gap where we were able to have a good relationship and obviously grow up together and spend time together, but we were never like too competitive. It's not like we had like the same friend groups or anything.
Fly fishing didn't come until I was in college. Spin fishing started pretty early on. I think I caught my first largemouth bass on spinning gear when I was like 3 or 4. Um, and fishing was kind of always this fun thing that I did until fly fishing came into my life, and then it became more of an obsession.
Amazing how quickly it happened. So let's jump into it, you guys. The first question we're excited to ask you is, Lefty Kreh is from Maryland. Was he, if he was, how big of an influence was he on your motivation for you guys to put this film together?
Honestly, like when it came to like, actually thinking about the process of the film and starting, um, Lefty didn't have that big of an influence on our lives just because we didn't necessarily know that much about it. And I think that adds to, the craziness of the situation that happened because, as we were talking to Paul about F3T and talking about this brand new Lefty Kreh youth category and diving into videos and talking to people like Sean Kimbrough and John Neely, who are both in the film, who personally knew Lefty. We were just learning more and more about him, and then we were given that category. So we were so incredibly honored. And the further we studied him, or just like we're reading things and watching things about him, we started to realize that he was a native Marylander. We started to realize that he grew up learning to fly fish on the same exact streams that we learned to fly fish, which is just absolutely insane. Like our home river, it's called the Gunpowder River. It's a little bit north of Baltimore, but that's genuinely where I learned how to fly fish. Like my friend and I took a summer and went there just every week. And we didn't know this until a few weeks ago. We went back to do a shoot, and it was about 2 miles downstream from the spot we normally fish. There was a section named after Lefty Kreh. It's called the Lefty Kreh Fishing Trail, and it's because he used to fish it so often. So it's just like the same exact river that we learned how to fly fish on was where Lefty, was fishing when he was younger too.
I would say that one of the main themes of this movie is highlighting people that are quote unquote legends, but just aren't known by the public yet. And I think Sean Kimbrough and John Neely are two of those guys. And we were shooting with John Neely one day on this brookie stream, and after we were done shooting with him, we showed him the trailer for the film, but no one had seen it yet. He was the first person to watch it, and he started getting choked up when he was listening to it, when he heard his voice being a part of it. And I thought that was so cool because it's this guy that has dedicated his life to these fisheries, and we know he's a legend. He's just not on social media, or he's not known by like thousands, millions of people, but he's now like come in contact with us who are like savvy enough with the internet that we're able to take his message and apply it at scale. And it was so cool to have that moment because it was super special.
Well, hey boys, this was super fun having you guys on. You did a great job with Journey Upstream. We're excited for everybody to see it. Happy days on all fronts. We're excited you guys can make it. Thank you for taking some time.
Thanks for having us.